Hello everyone, this is Starman, and welcome back to Discworld. Now, we're here at the beginning of Act 3, and we've got quite a few places to walk around and people to talk to. I'm going to go ahead and start with the inn, because it's in the upper left corner, and we'll do a systematic sweep of the city. And I'll note that the inn room door is wide open this time.
At last, a vacancy in Ankh-Morpork. Somebody must have escaped.
Escape from Ankh-Morpork, that could be a great John Carpenter movie. And hey, it looks like the innkeeper's actually here, as well as a number of guests. So let's talk to the innkeeper.
A generic barman. They must be breeding the blighters in a vat.
That wouldn't be too far gone for Ankh-Morpork, really.
Haven't I seen you somewhere before?
My twin brother runs the mended drum.
Oh, good looks must run in a family.
And we have a pirate here. More specifically, we can look at his tattoo.
Thank heavens it's a tattoo. I thought it looked a bit flashy just for a birthmark. Ah! A rough sea dog.
And speaking of dogs...
Very suspicious looking dog, that. What an odd expression. Very wooden.
Now, for those of you not familiar with the Discworld oeuvre, the dog here is in fact Gaspode the Wonder Dog, a dog who had the rather unfortunate accident of being exposed to a good deal of magic and become sentient. And if you're wondering why this is unfortunate, well, imagine that your most complicated thoughts are thinking about eating and sleeping and mating with various things and chasing other things, and suddenly your head is filled with existential dread and thoughts about the meaning of life. Well, okay, that may actually describe most of you for all I know, but anyway, Gaspode, he shows up in a lot of the Discworld books, and in this case he has a ventriloquial man figure, because nobody notices when a dog is talking, because everybody knows dogs can't talk. Well, except for some very few very clever people. So he winds up putting words in the mouths of people, literally, so that he may be able to communicate and survive. And on that note, let us speak to the sailor here.
Greetings, noble nautical person.
Yeah, what do you want?
Give us a kiss, then.
What?
I didn't mean to.
Mr. Wizard wants a spanking.
Help!
Got lucky here, got lucky here.
Are you looking for trouble?
No, it's not me. I'm not the one who's...
Why don't you give the dog a bone, you great tattooed matalo?
Help! Did anyone get the number of that donkey cart?
So if we were going to speak to this sailor, we're going to have to figure out a way to deal with Gaspode here.
Here, doggy, doggy, doggy.
And of course, if we talk to the man...
Have you heard about my dog? Gaspode the Wonder Dog.
Oh, go drink a bottle of gear.
Oh, my dog. My wonderful dog. A beautiful dog it is indeed.
Beautiful.
Care for a bottle of gear?
So, if we wish to talk to the sailor, we're going to have to get clever. But first, to loot the inn room again. Let's see.
That doesn't work.
Okay, we can't
Smells
take
a bit
the bed.
funny, this bed.
Can't take the bed, obviously. Seems suspicious the door is open.
There's something lurking behind it.
Huh.
Who's there? Hello? Hello, is anybody there? Look, there is someone there. I can see bits of you poking out behind the door. What are you doing back there?
Go away. I'm the bogeyman.
Really?
I'll give you a fright you'll never forget.
Look, just come out from behind the door.
I can't. I'm afraid of open spaces.
An agoraphobic bogeyman?
Lay off. It's no fun being a legendary figure of terror.
What does a bogeyman do, anyway?
It's quite a hard job being a traditional figure of terror. Long hours and no real holidays.
Really?
Well, there's the good side too. There's your place in folk tale and legend, and you're your own boss.
Get out from behind that door.
I want my mum.
Okay, let us talk to the scaredy cat boogeyman.
So, what does a bogeyman do, actually?
We have a highly valued traditional community role.
What, frightening children into eating their greens? Serving as formless objects of folk terror, that sort of thing?
Yes. Yes, that's it. Then there's your special commissions. One time, these wizards tried locking a cat inside a box and opening it up every now and then to see whether the cat had died. My father frightened one of the old geezers to death when he jumped out of the box instead.
I think I've heard of that. It added an extra complication to the principle of uncertainty. Made random chance seem a bit more random than anyone supposed.
It was all Death's doing, of course. A subcontract job.
That's actually an interesting point and a nod to the older Discworld books, because after a certain point, Death was no longer depicted as going out of his way to try and bring about people's deaths. He was just a ordinary Ankh-Morpork personification doing a unpleasant job. Let us go with the silly response.
You're not really a bogeyman.
I am too.
Go on, let's see you then.
I'll come out and you'll get such a shock.
All right then.
All right, what?
All right, come out and scare me.
Well, you're ready for it now. I mean, it's not a shock if you're expecting it.
So, you're saying your effectiveness as a legendary figure of terror is entirely due to my not knowing exactly what you are or when you will appear?
Well, maybe.
In which case, you should change your name to something more appealing, you know, to heighten the shock effect.
Such as
Cyril.
Cyril? That's no name for a bogeyman.
Heightens the surprise effect, though.
You're right there. Cyril the bogeyman.
Coming out from behind the door now?
No,
Question.
Why are you hiding behind that door?
it's a metaphor.
Not a door.
A metaphor for my own insecurity. You see, not only does it provide a screen between myself and the outside world, but it is also a portal, an openable space, implying the possibility of future liberation from my phobia. Quite a powerful image, really.
It is at that.
Oh, stop snivelling. I thought you were a grown monster. Whatever would your mother say?
Mother! Oh, Mother! My mother would never take me to the zoo, you know.
Really? Would you care to lie on a couch, by the way?
Oh, no. The door's quite comfortable, thank you. Anyway, I asked her, and she'd never take me.
Have you ever thought of seeing a psychiatrist about this problem?
Oh, no. I mean, that's for sick people.
Yes, quite. Well, tell me about your mother.
Well, the zoo's important to a young bogeyman, you know. All part of a basic education. It's not easy scaring people, you see. Takes a lifetime of dedication. You have to start small and kind of work up to human beings.
As in, terrify some lower orders of life, then shift up to people once you've got the knack.
That's it. That's what you have to do.
That is, of course, a blatant clue about what we are going to do with this bogeyman later. Bogeyman, bogeyman. I never thought about that being a British-American pronunciation difference.
Well, goodbye.
But one thing we can do, just to make this a little bit more obvious, and hey, I still have that lit firecracker. Is that eventually we will need him to move, but he'll be afraid to come from out behind the door. So now,
There's something lurking behind it.
now we have a mobile boogeyman who can keep hiding behind that door once we have a place for him to go. And let's just check the bathroom. And no toiletries there. And we do have soap, but I think we're going to need something to put that soap in.
That doesn't work. What a ludicrous painting.
Okay, nothing new there.
Eau de toilette. I've always felt there was something rather unwholesome.
Yeah, I thought this might be like Phantasmagoria, a puzzle of flesh, and I get something different whenever I look into the mirror. Thankfully, I don't. Alright, well, that's all we can do with the inn for the moment. Let's go check Unseen University. I'm sure the librarian will have some thoughts on what we might do with the current situation. Well, first let's walk around the side of the building. Okay, can't take any garbage, nothing else over here. Never know, a good portion of this game, if you may have noticed, is going back and tracing your steps, because you never know when someplace that you thought you had cleaned out earlier might suddenly get something new in the next act. I think this closet will, however, remain completely empty. Wonder if the sleazy guy is still hanging around the library. And he is not, and the portal to L space is also closed. Well, let us see if the librarian has any advice or useful information. Won't even let me click on the L space icon now. Actually, it won't let me click on anything. Okay, clearly we are not meant to talk to the librarian anymore. I wonder if there's anything over here.
Oh dear.
Okay, yeah, still pamphlets over there. I can't help but wonder. Yeah, we got.
That's where the dragon's some. That doesn't.
I can't help but think that there should be something over here. Alright, well, I thought he might have something to say. Hopefully that isn't a game bug, or at least one that makes this unplayable. Maybe if I gave him a banana, he'd be more useful. Aha, we have dramatic music. Just we also have a spatula.
Ooh, spatula.
I like the word spatula. It's a fun word.
Fruit with.
You know, it's been a while since we've harassed the faculty. Let's go and talk to them.
What? What are you doing just standing there? Go out and kill that dragon. Him? Him kill dragons? Aha! Don't make me wheeze. In my day, we had heroes to deal with dragons. Big fellas with swollen pectorals. At least I think that's what they were called.
Heroes aren't so important. I still reckon this youngster over here could kill a dragon if he really had to.
Him? Ha! It'd have to be 1,000,000 to 1 chance.
Well, let's ask a question.
What can you tell me about heroes?
Heroes? Ha! Well, I can tell a hero a mile off. They've always got a magical talisman on them.
It's like when you go to a fair.
What? And win it?
Oh, no, not a fair. A fate, that's it. You aren't fated to be a hero unless you can find a magical talisman.
Okay, so we might have to go look for a talisman.
So look, as an aged wizard, I mean a few.
I'd
Okay,
say that
that's actually
But-
the same
well,
dog we
right,
got
my
at the theme
boy.
before.
Spotted. In which case,
I expect so. So look, I mean
I'd say.
but if well,
Quite right, my. In which case,
I expect so. Well, excuse me.
Maybe the bursar has something to say.
So you're the bursar. What does a
Well,
Not
it's
so
a very
much.
important...
well?
So,
They're in no doubt.
what? My mark, preferably.
Right. Well, don't be a stranger.
I doubt Wendell is anything useful, but let's go for
I'm
it.
not a girl. It's a wizard.
Okay, yeah, same.
This
same
seems
old-
like a good cue to cease this whole silly conversation.
same old from Wendell. There's nothing except the gong there. Well, let's go check with the Arch-Chancellor before we go pester the librarian again. Aha!
His hat is bigger than mine. And sharper.
Size is not important, Rincewind. But we do have the Arch-Chancellor's fancy hat.
This hat is certainly more impressive than mine. Hey, there's something inside.
Huh.
Wow! These handkerchiefs and white rabbits seem to go on forever.
That could be useful.
The Secrets of Forbidden Confectionery, Volume 3, Love Custard for Beginners.
And back to the library we go, just for the sake of completeness. Okay, grab the banana. And still nothing. Oh well, at least he'll be well fed and polite when we come back next time. Maybe even forgive us all those times we called him a monkey. Now we could go to the palace, but I don't think we have a way in yet. So let's instead go to the town square. Wow. That one geezer is apparently committed to the whole faking his death thing. Let's look at the
Make
notices
money
first.
in your spare time. Apply to Ankh-Morpork City Mint, Outworkers Department.
Yeah, a bit of a joke there. And also odd foreshadowing, because later one of the Discworld books would involve the City Mint. Making money.
It's a
That's the
man's
title of it.
life in the City Watch. Vacancies for trolls, dwarves, gnomes and undead. Be a man in the City Watch.
That's also a bit of a joke in the book, because the City Watch was a little bit speciesist for a long time. At the very least, Commander Vimes, the head of the City Watch in the books, who is sir not appearing in this game, he had issues with having a vampire in the Watch because, well, vampires, you know, even though some of them are trying to get past the whole negative stereotyping, blood-sucking demons of the night thing and all that, most of them are quite happy to wander around evening dress, going after young maidens' necks, and old prejudices die hard.
Coffin for sale. One owner only. Low mileage. Apply after dark to Baron Not Far Auto. Elm Street.
And that would be another nod to the undead of the Discworld book, and particularly a character from the book Reaper Man, which is going to come up later in the second Discworld game, which was alternatively called Missing Presumed in England, and Mortality Bites in the United States. And I will probably be doing a Let's Play of that once we get through this one. But let us talk to the old-timers next.
It's him, old, what's his face, the hero.
Him? A hero? I still say you're wrong.
It's hundreds to one that a little wimp like him could take out a dragon.
Okay, let's ask the big question.
What can you tell me about heroes?
Heroes? Can we tell you about heroes or what?
Yes, indeedy. Can we what?
What?
Tell him about heroes.
Oh, yes, heroes. Well, the first thing your potential hero must do is look bright. Can't have shoddy-looking heroes, can we?
No, indeedy.
Now, the most important thing for your aspiring hero is a posing pouch. Just the thing for attracting young maidens.
Yes, indeedy. Oh, indeedy me.
The bigger the better. That's what I always say.
Just ignore him.
He's not dead yet.
Where's your friend gone now?
Slumming.
What, is that him in the grave?
He's only shamming. Wants to see who turns up with flowers.
Look, I really think you ought to call a doctor or something. I think he might be quite ill.
No, don't play along with it. It'll only encourage him.
As heroes, I mean real bona fide heroes, don't you think there's something useful you should do?
Do? Are we invited to a duel? Are we invited to a duel?
Oh, no, do. Take action. Fight against oppression, that sort of thing.
Long time since I last went to a duel. There was custard, I remember, and sausages on poles.
No, I mean, shouldn't we all band together against the dragon?
A band? Are they having a band as well?
Canopies. That's what they call them, stuck in a pineapple. Very cultured. I wonder if we're invited.
Okay, let's go for sarcasm.
I really do think we ought to get organised about this dragon.
Quite right.
Absolutely.
But I told him you won't find one around here. The city's built on loam, you see. You've got to go up to the mountains to find them.
Fine, what? What are you talking about this time?
Rocks. You need a rock. A rock and some bombs.
Or stocks. I've got some 10% stocks in a company somewhere. Can't say I want a dragon to eat them, though.
Yeah, no sharecropping here. A virgin tied to a rock with bonds. You have to have it. It's tradition.
Why is tradition so important?
Because human beings are essentially repetitive creatures.
Why?
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 Because human beings are essentially repetitive creatures.
I'll give in. You've got more practice at this than me.
Oh, you don't get to my age without being open to old ideas.
The Department of Redundancy Department has said this is incredibly repetitive, and this is incredibly repetitive.
Well, excuse me, I think there's someone calling me.
Oh, I wonder what Dibbler is up to now. Nanny Og is gone.
I'm sure I've seen him round the place before. I wonder if he was the one who tried to sell me shares. All right. What are you selling this time?
Weight loss, sir?
I beg your pardon.
Feeling like a bucket of lard, sir? Like the proverbial ambulatory what's name? Whale?
Look, what are you selling this time? Just get it over with.
It's the liposuction weight loss program, sir. Guaranteed to turn a hippo into a nymph in just 1 year or your money back.
Let me guess. You're proposing using leeches to suck out someone's fat.
Beauty can be yours while you wait, sir.
But the leech is a hematoparasite.
What, sir?
It drinks blood. It doesn't gobble up cellulite. A little leech can't make you lose any weight.
Depends how much blood it takes, sir. You'd be surprised. It's all guaranteed. Lose weight in 1 year or your money back. Here, have the leaflet.
It says here that the management reserves the right to define 1 year according to any local calendar it sees fit.
That's right, sir.
But the Trumelian calendar year is 311 months long.
Really, sir? Well, look, seeing as how you're a friend, I'll do you a discount. I'm cutting my own throat, but
Look, I don't need a weight loss system.
have you thought about the future, sir? I mean, you could remove weight now and store it for use in the future. Could cut down on grocery bills, sir.
Now, I don't think that's very practical.
Well, our medical practice now offers a variety of other services and cures, sir. I've got wart treatments, rheumatism. Here's a potion guaranteed to cure blindness.
But I'm not blind.
You see, sir, a miracle cure.
You're not fooling anyone, you know.
Oh, well, sir, perhaps we can do business in the future.
Could you tell me about that liposuction thing again?
Careful one, would you, sir? Cut price, I'm cutting my own throat.
Okay then, couldn't do any harm. As if I haven't had enough exercise of late.
Okay. So we now have...
A paper bag of leeches.
So now we have leeches.
Leeches? Ah. Nothing like an invertebrate to get you going in the morning.
And a bag.
A brown paper bag.
I wonder what nefarious things we might do with that. Let's go check with the psychotrickerist, although his sign looks different.
The art of signposting is apparently long, long dead.
Seems to be sparkling a bit.
Baby, sweetie doll.
Eh?
So good to see you. You're looking swell.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Now sit down and shut up.
Guess some things don't change.
With feeling. Whoop, whoop. Oh, this is terrible. Next, if I need a monkey, I'll let you know.
Well, it appears that the psychotrickerist has now become some sort of Hollywood type. I guess that means the clicky business is taking
I didn't
off.
think trolls could grow facial hair. Hello again. You're the troll, right?
Flint.
Eh?
My name's Flint. My manager picked it for me. He thought it was more suave name for the clickies. If you want to audition these days, you gotta be suave. Ah, pieces of eight, pieces of eight. Look, I am your father.
It's not got any better, has it?
Not really, but just think of all the savings they could make on hiring extras.
What sort of role are you looking for?
A hero. That's why I've grown the moustache. You have to have a black moustache if you're going to be a hero.
That moustache is made out of lichen, isn't it?
Well, I was in a hurry. Anyway, I don't grow beard bits very well.
Now that's kind of a hint. And let us see if the waiting room trick works again. Aha!
Baby, sweet.
Eh? Oh,
Now
Let us talk to the milkmaid.
ah. Interesting change in dress sense.
I'm going to be a star, you know.
Sorry?
I'm auditioning. It's for the star role in the new clicky Trolls Prefer Blondes. It's terribly modern.
Why's your bust line gotten bigger?
Silicone implants, I think they're called.
Silicone?
Yes, some cone-shaped bits chipped off that insane troll beside me. I stuffed them down my front. My agent thought it would be a good idea.
You're keeping abreast of the competition, so to speak. So, how did you get an audition?
Just stay in line like me. It's ever so much fun. I'm terribly excited about this casting couch idea.
Really?
Oh, yes, because I love fishing.
I think I need a good lie down.
Oh, do you want to go on the couch as well?
Not if I can possibly avoid it, no.
Oh, so would you like my autograph?
You what?
Well, it's like a name on a bit of paper. My agent Otto thought it up. See? Autograph. He says it'll be worth a lot of money one day.
Really?
Oh, yes, especially if you use expensive paper. If you bring me something to write on, I can give one to you.
That's very considerate of you.
Might I have something I'd like her to sign? Nothing I can think of yet.
I didn't think trolls could grow facial hair. Attack of the 50-foot dwarf. That should be... Eh?
So good to see you.
Oh,
Now sit.
good grief, what is going on here? What's this? Face magazine, special Banshee edition. Back order forms for O magazine. What have you lot done with popular siege engineering? I didn't think trolls can't do it. What do you mean I can't do it? Sorry?
It's
Why's your
silly.
silly?
Yes, I
Okay,
stuffed
we're
You're
gonna
keeping-
have
so
to do
how
this
did-
again?
I'm
Really? I think I need a good...
Oh, oh.
You what?
Well, it's like my agent.
Really?
Oh, yeah. If you bring...
That's very...
Well, I
Baby.
Eh?
I don't think it's going to let me
Now
go up there anytime soon. So since we have places to go and people to talk to, let's just leave that for the moment. And let's hear at the eggs. They got eggs instead of tomatoes.
It's an egg. You know, I'm ever so grateful I took that course in object recognition.
Guess it was a rotten egg. Oh no, that poor mouse. And on top of everything else, it's a snake egg. Oh, now I have a snake of some type. The old magic markings on the snake trick. You know, I just had a rather crazy idea. I have now used the fertilizer, the extra growth formula, to turn my snake...
The old magic markings on the extremely long snake trick.
...into a much larger snake. And now I shall use the starch to make it into a very stiff snake. Don't worry, guys, it happens. As we get older, we have to start doing things to make our snakes...
The old magic markings on the magically stiff and extremely long snake trick. It's even got a knob on the end.
Yes, there is method to my madness as to why I am taking all of these items that really should not be working upon a common baby snake to make it longer and stiffer. I now have an egg, just regular egg.
Well, this egg's seen better days.
It is a rotten one. And before we talk to the urchin and the Amazon, let's see who's in the stocks now. Nobody.
United Alchemists now in pre-production for Trolls Prefer Blondes.
Yeah, we'll have to go talk to the alchemist later then. Now let's talk to the Amazon first, because I'm sure she knows a few things about heroes.
You seem a likely candidate to ask. What do you know about heroes?
Heroes? Well, let me see. I think I killed a few the other day. Well, I say I killed, I just do the holes. They usually die all by themselves. No point blaming me.
Well, about these heroes?
Always muscular types, always got moustaches.
Moustaches, eh?
Oh yeah, but your real hero, your actual predestined hero, he's usually got the marks of some kind of destiny actually on him.
What, you mean he comes born with them or something?
Well, there's your birthmark, you know, marking him as hidden heir to the throne. Then there's the magical sword left in the stepfather's keeping.
A magical sword, eh?
Well, you can always tell a real hero. They have a sword that goes ting.
Ting?
Yes, it's all part of the act.
That's a couple of different things we can look for.
Have you ever thought of using this virginity thing as an advantage?
Eh?
Oh, as a virgin, I mean. Have you ever thought about the career possibilities of being, say, for instance, tied to a rock?
Oh, I don't actually qualify anymore.
What? Did someone finally best you in combat?
At Tiddlywinks, actually.
Tiddlywinks?
Well, the goddess and me, we finally reached this understanding.
Oh, blast! And I'm good at Tiddlywinks.
Yeah, I'd be kicking myself too over that one. I guess technically her oath did say she had to be defeated. It never said anything about actual armed combat.
So what's up in the mayhem department today?
Well, funny you should say that. Business is taking a very odd turn. I did what you said, issued certificates of lustful intent, and it worked quite well. But then some fellows began transferring them. You know, saying I couldn't hit them because they'd passed the certificate on to someone else. Turns out they were cancelling people's debts if they took the note off their hands as a favour. I've had to get all formal now, stipulate the meaning of the notes in full.
The issuer promises to redeem this note for one punch in the face. That sort of thing.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm thinking of calling them pound notes.
Badum-tsh.
Look, I'd really appreciate some help with this rotten dragon. You don't think you could,
Yes?
help? I mean, if it's not too much trouble, pardon me for asking and all.
Well, I don't really think I can.
Oh, look, why, for Offler's sake?
Well, it's the flames, you see. The goddess Mothra kind of requires us to dance around them and then smack our heads against a wall. It's a very well-regarded ritual.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What with the dragon flame aspect of things, I can't see as I'd be much help.
Look, don't they have any other gods out there in the hublands that you can worship?
Well, there is Friggamum, the snow god.
Fine. Well, why don't you switch to worshipping him then?
What? Would you want to walk around in the frost in this outfit?
You have a point there, you know. Possibly two.
And I think she was supposed to hit Rincewind there, but, yeah.
Well, goodbye.
And let's check with the urchin.
I have absolutely no desire to talk to that person at this
Okay.
time.
And let's go check the street. And, wow. Okay. I'm probably going to regret talking to him, but,
Oh, no. What is it this time?
Arms for the poor, sir.
Oh, no. This time you've gone too far.
I do have status now, sir.
greeting.
Is it helping business?
Oh, yes, sir. The money's just rolling in.
Aren't you afraid someone will take it?
No, sir. No one would attack an unarmed man.
Groan.
You're a loony.
Well, not much of an insult, but accurate.
Oh, for heaven's sake. How did you get the second arm off?
Wasn't easy, sir.
Wasn't easy. It's a damn miracle. That's not quite what I meant.
But, sir, there's a fortune to be made in the limb loss market these days.
How?
It saves on housing, sir. I don't need high ceilings anymore.
You don't need doorknobs either.
There you are, sir. Now you're getting the idea.
Look, just don't cut anything else off.
Well, actually, sir.
I just don't want to hear about it. Right, you are then.
All right. Let's go check in on the barber. Apparently he is not here. Is that a little book?
Funny sort of appointment book. Nice big pages, though.
Huh.
Funny sort of appointment book.
I think I know what we're gonna get autographed now. When are the fishmongers to open for business? Ah.
Look at the sight. Must be clutching stir. The smell is terrible, but the fish don't seem to mind.
Ah, and looks like he has, since we took his belt, he is now holding it up with eel or something.
Well, if times ever get hard, at least I have absolutely...
Okay, so we can't talk to him. And looks like the octopus is still there in the toilet.
No, I'm not going to...
What's this then? For a nice time, eat well, drink happily, and find an amusing and rewarding occupation on a sunny day. Okay, nothing useful in the bathroom this time. There's a chance. And nothing around the corner now. And the toy store. Oh, what do we have now?
Ah, prime knickknacks. Soft toy dinosaurs. A green stuffed lizardy thing. What an Greetings, shopkeeper.
Good day. Can I there's today, or
Hey,
it's
I'm sure.
the brothers
Are you all right?
Okay,
Hot
yes,
so.
they did
I'll
not
just
change his
browse
dialogue
it.
at all.
Yes.
not.
Definitely not. No, no.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's all we can do here for the moment. So let's go check with the alchemist. Let's see. Ah, there we go, the alleyway. Stopping to wait video again. Ah, there's the assassin again, shooting his dart at somebody else. Ah, it appears that they have replaced the ladder. and tied it down for good measure so nobody can take it. Well, we'll have to do something about that.
What's that noise?
Oh, sorry.
That noise! What's that noise?
I can't hear you. Wait a minute while I turn off the noise.
Just tell me what you're doing.
I'm banging grains. It's for the clickies. We need a novelty food for people to eat while watching the shows.
Banged grain?
Great name. Yes, I thought it up myself.
Yeah, I can tell. Does it always make that awful noise? It's a civil disturbance, that is. Don't you need a license for doing that?
Well, I asked if you needed a permit to bang grain, and they've given me one of these instead.
This is a permit for soliciting street girls.
Well, is that better than exploded corn kernels with butter?
You don't get out much, do you?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of...
What?
Well, the advantages of heading back into more traditional lines of work. Base metals into gold, that sort of thing.
No future in it. I turn one base metal into another one, and then another, and then into gold. 10 minutes later, it all reverts to the original metal again.
Back to first base?
Yes. That's the one.
Badum-tsh.
You want to get your process cheaper. This stuff's too expensive.
Well, I bought the grain special from the grocers.
Why don't you go down the livery stable? You'd pay a third the price.
Yeah, that's an idea there. Now, you watch the shop for a moment, and I'll be back.
This seems like a good cue for me to take stuff that doesn't belong to me. Alright, now we have a camera.
Here, this camera even has a little veranda and an easel for the imp. Empty.
Yes, we will need to get an imp to fill the camera and make it work.
Indoor plumbing. What's in here then?
And it doesn't appear that there's anything else we can take at the moment. But that's okay, a camera is a nice little score.
Strange. And there's little holes in the... That doesn't work.
Okay, it won't let us take those strips. But we can go ahead and exit. And I don't think we need to go on the roof just yet. Well, we can check the shades too, even though I don't think there's anybody to talk to just yet. You'll note that we're able to come here even though we don't have a good reason anymore. And now that dirty soot stain is
This
back.
isn't black paint, it's ash. I wonder where that mason went.
That's a fair question. Here's another fair question. Where is my luggage? Ah, there we go. Because I had a crazy idea. And I was not meaning to walk that way. I was wanting to use this spatula to chisel off some of that ash. So that I can make an ash of myself. Hail to the king, baby. And just peel that ash right off of the wall.
Yes, this soot seems hauntingly familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on why.
Yes, there we go. Just for the sake of irony, we're going to go check the thief's place and see if there's anything we can steal from him. Because, well, as I said, I'm big on irony. Let's see, our padded ladder.
That doesn't work.
Sneak our way across. Ah, bag. And that bag contains a knife.
This knife is keen. Get it? The knife is keen.
Yeah, you call it a knife. I say it's a knife. That there's a spoon.
Ah, a bag of thieves' tools. That doesn't work.
Yeah, well, let me take the rest of the thieves' tools, unfortunately.
Amazing what the home decorator can do with a few rags, a few scraps of wood, and a couple of hundred parasitic insects.
Isn't it, though? Alright, well, I don't think we can do anything else at the House of Ill Repute. I don't know why they call it a House of Ill Repute. Everybody I know who's been there speaks quite well of it. Alright, well, I think we have talked to everybody who we need to talk to in order to figure out exactly what we need to do. So I'm going to head back to the city gates. And we'll start seeing if we can puzzle out the 1,000,000 to 1 odds that we need to slay a dragon. As soon as Rincewind scrolls down. Ah, there we go. Actually, it occurs to me, I don't think we ever spoke to Carrot about a few things earlier.
Look, I haven't done anything to you. Why don't you just leave me alone?
Well, I'm a guard, sir. A guard has to...
To what?
Well, to guard, sir. I mean, we have to watch out for theft, sir.
Does that have to involve harassing me?
Well, you are a potential suspect, sir.
Why do I have to be a suspect? Couldn't I be... well, stock in trade?
Stock in trade?
Well, instead of harassing me, you could just take a quick look every now and then to make sure I haven't been stolen.
Good thinking, sir. If you are ever stolen, I shall report it to you at once.
I think your commander wants you to fall in.
Right you are, sir.
So, you're, a
dwarf, sir. That's right. Don't let the height fool you.
Look, I haven't done anything. Will you stop trying to arrest me?
You haven't done anything?
No!
Nothing at all?
Absolutely not.
Right, that's vagrancy, that is. Under Article 7, subparagraphs 3 and 4, I must ask you to accompany me down to the watch house.
And then what?
Well, the book didn't quite go into punishment, only arrest.
So, is this the watch house?
Yes.
Right, well, then I'll accompany you there. Is that all right?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, I've certainly been taught a lesson. Well, I'll just move along then, shall I?
Let's talk with Nabi, the resident expert of what constitutes a 1,000,000 to 1 chance. And we have quite a few things here. Actually, looks like we're only missing one. So let's see. A magic spell, a black mask, a heroic mustache, magic talisman, a birthmark, and a sword.
So tell me, what would be the odds of me slaying a dragon if I were wearing a magic talisman? And if I had a sword that went ting? And if I had a birthmark? And if I had a moustache? And if I was wearing a black mask?
Now that's an easy one. Now that one just has to be 725,000 to 1.
Not quite 1,000,000. Did I get the spell in there? I don't think we did.
So tell if I were and if I had a and if I had and if I had and if I and if I.
That one's tricky. Now that one just has to be 925,000 to 1.
Not quite what we were looking for. Well, I know that we don't need the posing pouch. I think there's one place we hadn't gone looking for answers just yet. And I have been hoping to avoid it because we don't get a lot of chances to go there. Actually, we didn't check the livery stable, and I don't think that there's anything we can do to delivery there yet. Actually, we probably want to avoid there in case the alchemist is showing up. That was what I meant. We'll have to go check the palace, I think. Oh, and there is also the broken drum, but actually, yeah, we'll go ahead and do the palace real quick. I'm going to go ahead and save the game here, in case I mess this up and have to come back later, because it turns out that we did this a little too soon. Now, weight loss system. Who do we know could use a weight loss system?
I was just wondering.
What is it now?
Don't listen.
Well, it's about this leecho-suction thing. Are you going to pay the balance you owe, or what?
What leecho-suction?
Our patented new fat removal system. Your friend here put a down payment on for a treatment for your wife, and we need to collect the balance.
You backstabbing little...
Don't listen. It's a lie, just like all the other times.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, thanks, pal. No offence.
No, none taken.
Oh, good.
So do you want this leecho-suction or what?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Clearly I'm dealing with inferior intellects, which is quite hard to do in my case.
Actually, Rincewind isn't, well, he's not a complete idiot, but he's far from the smartest person on the disc. Now, the peasant is back to full chickens at this point.
Stout fella, are you standing for this new tax?
It does seem a trifle harsh. How can I make progress up the social ladder if I get it in the neck?
Yeah, it's hard to get ahead without the head.
Cook's here now.
It's him again.
And the
It really doesn't
portrait
seem
guy.
to be his day. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you, Mother.
Pancake thieves, that's who's behind it. You're actual robbers of pan-fried bread goods.
I'll just let you get on with it then, shall I?
It's criminal. That's what it is, criminal.
Right. Right you are then.
You know, we have this rather odd smoke-making device here where the dragon
Oh, I
lies.
see. Sort of a draconic calling card. That doesn't work.
Actually, it looks like that because the patrician's disbelief in dragons is so strong, it's actually altering the reality so that we see what the patrician wishes to see, which is not a dragon.
It's all very simple. Try to understand. The new tax is per head, or as the lawyers say, per capita. If you don't like per capita, I can happily arrange de capita instead. The same goes for you. In a democracy, everyone gets treated the same.
Okay, not as much helpful conversation here as I'd hoped. Perhaps we at least have stuff we can take. Like a scrubbing brush.
A genuine hog bristle. Ha ha! Now that takes me back to my old school days. Extra frothy. Ah.
And I believe that's all we can actually take over here. But there is actually one new location we have. Because if we go past the dragon, there is actually a door to a dungeon now.
Now I don't...
But we actually will go poking around down here. Because I told you to, Rincewind. Iron Maiden! Excellent!
You know, it's rather hard to find a decent back scratcher these days.
Let's go check the cells.
Hello? Who's this? The damn thing's occupied.
Hey-ho.
What in Offler's name are you doing here?
Slumming.
Well, shall I release you?
No. The quota system's gone all to hell, so we're working on something new, pre-serving our prison time. You see, the average thief's prison sentence is about 2 years, but only 1 in 10 thieves actually gets caught. Therefore, if we all spend 2.4 months in jail, that clears everybody of their social debt. It's all very logical, you see. Patrician's idea.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. So, how's about this weather then?
Yes, I thought it was extraordinary myself. Apparently, a high-low pressure system has been moving left across the river valley, combined with a counterclockwise humidity layer caused by the internal combustion of tree roots.
Ah, yeah, exactly.
Check the cell.
Hello? Who's this? The damn thing's occupied.
Stealing all the gold in the kingdom, they said.
Pardon?
All the gold in the kingdom. It was given to me.
Likely story.
Ah, so there's a reason. Hey, it looks like...
Looks rather like a mouse hole. Sorry to disturb you.
It's all right.
That doesn't work.
If only I had a worm or something to lure that thing out with again. I wonder if...
That doesn't work.
I guess I can't solve all my problems with explosives. More's the pity. Let's check. And okay, there's not a cell door there. We'll keep going this way. Ah! There's the bugger.
Always a pleasure to see a familiar face. That doesn't work. Always a pleasure...
Here, just look what they've got pinned onto my lapel.
Oh no.
Oh, Chucky.
Oh, Chucky!
Ah, an information retrieval technician. Well, I suppose it's a job, isn't it?
Ah, yes. Hello. So, you're a torturer then?
Please, sir, we professionals within the industry prefer the term information extraction technician. A little nicety, sir, that marks an otherwise very old and dignified profession. Always does well to take pride in one's new line of work, sir.
So you're new at the job then?
Well, more like a promotion, really. I started off as a tax collector, and it's all the same department.
Really?
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, don't I know you?
No.
You! You're one of them!
No, I'm not.
What?
I'm not. I've never even seen you before. Even if they did throw you in the stocks. Ooh, and someone might have been throwing tomatoes at you, but it wasn't me.
Ah, right, well, good. Because I'll tell you what, I'd have been ever so cross if you had been. Anyway, can I help you with anything, sir? A bit of torture on account? Something off the ears?
No, thanks. I'm just window shopping.
Oh, no.
Oh, Chucky!
And nothing useful there, but...
Minimal entertainment facilities down here, apparently.
I got a bone to pick with this guy.
Aha! Now this is interesting. Oh. Sorry about that.
Not much meat on it.
I wonder if maybe I just offer him another home. That might let him out.
Yeah.
No.
That doesn't... That doesn't... Eyes. That doesn't work.
Okay, hog tying him isn't going to work. There was the hope. We'll go ahead and leave that for next time. Hopefully... Hopefully next time we will have something we can use as bait, but I think we need to do a little bit more wandering around first. Well, before we close out this session, I am going to do one thing, just so that I have a good conversation to start with next time. Because we have that bone, and the toy maker here has some glue. And now my bone is all sticky.
Not much meat on it, but plenty of glue to go round.
My bone is sticky with white stuff. Which is just the thing we need to shut up a certain dog. And I should note, for the benefit of the animal lovers there, that's weird, the end room has a door again all of a sudden.
At last, a
So now we should be able to talk to the sailor without Gaspode getting funny. And that is what we shall start with next time. I'll see you then.